Welcome back, folks. We got another episode of Running Out of Patience with Nick Palmer. And as always, I'm your host, Nick Palmer. And let me tell you, folks, I'm definitely running out of patience. I've been busy the last couple of days with some projects around the house and a little side gig that I picked up just to try to keep afloat and keep the bills paid. Can't make excuses because excuses don't pay the bills. You got to get out there and get it. So I haven't been able to do a daily podcast like I anticipated, but I'm back. I'm up in the lab. It's 12:30 in the morning, and I'm gonna get out something good for you folks to listen to. First thing I want to start out with is an experience I just had this evening up at Walmart. You know me, I got to talk about race a little bit because that's what I do. So I'm leaving Walmart, picking up some supplies for a job I got tomorrow. And I noticed this fellow from India walking in. You know what the real Indians look like, right? He had everything except the red dot on the middle of his forehead, plus a outfit that you would normally see a priest wearing. So this fella dressed like a priest from India must be a priest, right? He's out here preaching because it's not Halloween. I checked. It's not October 31st yet, folks. Not even if you're listening to this podcast in the future, down the road. This fella is from India, dressed like a priest. So that means he's out here at some church, probably near where I live, in a predominantly white neighborhood where it's a bunch of farmers. And this fellow from India is preaching God's word. Clearly, he doesn't know that the Israelite people are not Indians. Clearly, he is unaware of the 12 tribes of Israel. And clearly, he probably preaches from the the KJV, that pedophile Queen James. But, you know, I kind of have to just shrug this stuff off and kind of chuckle because it's almost as funny as seeing a black pastor or a um, gay pastor or a lesbian pastor. These folks are clearly misled. They clearly don't understand God's word. Either that they do and they are, I don't know what they're doing, taking money. I mean, what else could they be in it for? Is it their payday? Is it the way they make a living? It's gotta be it, because there's no other option, folks. And what was brought to my attention recently is some churches during COVID, when they shut down, they took this little government funding of about 20 grand, depending on the size of your church. So a lot of them got paid, which is quite interesting. Leads me to wonder, are these folks really preaching God's word? Because I haven't heard them yet. I've been looking for a pastor to stand up and preach the truth, but I can't find one. I'm seeing these priests from India up here probably preaching to a bunch of Israelite white folks, and they're soaking it up. I don't know how much they could be soaking it up because some dude probably isn't preaching any truth. He's probably preaching the same lovey-dovey, all inclusive. Anybody can become a pastor. Anybody can become a priest. I don't know where these fools come from because they're clearly not reading the Bible. They're not understanding it. That's for sure. One fellow that does understand God's word is a fellow named Christopher Sparks. He's one that has translated the Bible. Spent 25 years on this project, and I touched on this fellow before, but I'm going to share a post of his because I find it to be dead on. And I really like this fella. I really hope someday that we could meet because this guy is definitely a worker of God's, and he's one of God's chosen people. And so let me jump into his post here. He says, God is not a soppy, love everybody, whoever they are and whatever they do, ruler of men. You hate all workers of iniquity. Psalm 5:5. The lawless man and a lover of violence, he himself hates. Psalm 11:5. I loved Jacob and I hated Esau, and I laid waste his mountains and his heritage. Malachi 1:3, Romans 9:12 through 13. So neither do we need to try to conjure up some soppy and genuine mushy love for those who are controlling this world and carrying out and plotting some of the greatest evils and genocides and acts of hatred this world has ever known. We don't need to love everyone, especially workers of iniquity, especially evil people. We don't have to love them, folks. It's okay to hate them and protect our families from these evil, corrupted fools with their money hungry, wanting us all to die because they live by this code that they need a population control. That's what it is. Can't you see that by now, folks? Are you not paying attention to the vaccinated people that are suddenly dying? Google or go to Twitter or X and hashtag search died suddenly. You see the information you can pull up. We don't have to love the people behind that madness, folks. We don't have to forgive them for their madness either. In fact, we can start to stand up and fight against it because that's what we need to do. We need to fight back. We, us Israelites anyway, us children of God, us warrior people, the warrior people of Joshua, the Israelite people, the same people that slayed thousands of Canaanites, we come from those people. My white people, my Israelite people. We need to be more like them, the warriors. More people like my warrior wife, for example, while she holds down the fort at home while I go out. She is a warrior. Well, this is what she comes up with today while she's taking care of our son on his first birthday. What a blessing Nicholas Tyler Palmer II is. We love that little boy, and we know he's going to be a warrior like his father someday, and his mother, and his sister. This is her post she shared. And you will chase your enemies, and they will fall before you by the sword. And 5 of you will chase 100, and 100 of you will put tens of thousands to flight, and your enemies will fall before you by the sword. For I will turn towards you and make you fruitful, and I will multiply you and establish my covenant with you. And you will eat old harvest and clear away the old because of the new. And I will set my tabernacle among you, and I myself will not abhor you. Leviticus 26, 7 through 11, out of the Keys of the Kingdom Holy Bible. And you will chase your enemies, and they will fall before you by the sword. And 5 of you will chase 100, and 100 of you will put tens of thousands to flight. We need to gather up, folks, in fives, in tens, in 20s, in hundreds, and chase away the workers of iniquity. Chase away our enemies, for we are God's chosen people, and we need to act like it. We need to take back this land. We need to take back our people. We need to get back in the pulpits, and we need to preach the truth to our people. We need to awaken all of our people. The last remaining, the remnant, need to be awakened. My Israelite white brothers and sisters, let this be known to you that you are God's chosen people. You are a warrior people. Don't let them lie to you. We didn't come out of caves. They didn't find us in the caves. And the black people didn't teach us how to bathe ourselves like they try to tell us now. How did we supposedly be that people and then be rulers of the world, conquerors of nations? You can't sit and lie to me and tell me that we were this disgusting cave type people that didn't even know how to bathe. And then we went on to conquer every nation that we stepped foot on. That doesn't make sense. Don't believe the lies. Put up your fists and get ready for battle. For the war is knocking on our door. And God is awakening us for battle. He's preparing our hands for war. And that's why I'm here, folks, to let you guys know that it's time. There is a war and a storm coming. And I see it. And they're going to lock things down. And they're going to be knocking on our doors. They're going to want us to vaccinate again. They're going to want us to snitch on our neighbors again. But we need to unite as a people and march forward and chase our enemies away. For Yahweh is with us. And that's all I got for you tonight, folks. But I will be back with more. So that's it.